Okay, hi, this is Jen Digby and this is Charlie, and we're observing him for case study number 2. And Charlie is a border collie. So we're just observing him at a nice casual stroll. And if you can see from the back end, let's just see his friends. This way, come on, good boy. Okay, so if you can see from the back, he's got a bit of a swing happening. Good boy, come on. So that swing from side to side. He has some arthritis happening, and his gait, let's just turn back this way. Good boy, this way. Good boy. His gait is shorter, so his back legs aren't coming all the way up to where his front legs finish off from. So his gait's a bit shorter, and his gait's a bit shorter on the front end as well. So if you have a look at where he's stepping, that step is a little bit shorter. Let's go for a little trot. So from behind you can really tell that swing, and that would indicate some arthritis, hip areas, rear joints. He doesn't have like obvious impairments and limps, but he definitely does have a shorter gait and a swinging back end and shorter gait at the front as well. Hi, this is Charlie. I'm Jen Digby, and this is Charlie the Border Collie. He's going to be helping me with the second case study for this assessment. So Charlie is an older puppy. He's over 12 and he does have arthritis. So he is on arthritis injections and oils and treatments from the vets, and some natural treatments as well. And he has a resting pant, so it can go up to like 140 breaths per minute. He sort of sticks to the around 100-ish. I've counted a few times, so that's normal for him in his condition. So his heart rate also sits over the 100 most of the time as well, and he is otherwise in good spirits, and he's happy, and he's comfortable, and his pain's managed, and he still gets lots of exercise, and he's a very happy boy. So I'm just going to do a little evaluation. So we're just going to have a little look at, I'm just going to let him sit where he wants to sit, because where he's comfortable is the most important thing. So I'm not going to be stretching out every single limb. So we're just going to have a little look at his gums. Good boy. Good boy. Beautiful. Nice and pink, moist gums. I'm going to do a little capillary refill test. And that's definitely under 2 seconds, so he's nice and healthy. I'm going to have a little look in his ears as well. Good boy. His eyes are nice and bright, and his nose is nice and healthy and wet. His coat, I have clipped him, and he grows back his undercoat before his guard coat grows back, because he's a double coated puppy, so his coat looks a little bit funny because he's a little bit older, but he's comfortable, which is the main thing. So that's where he is with that. I'm just going to do a little palpation on him along his spine. So I'm going to start up here, and we're just going to go along just pressing on either side of his spine at a light to medium pressure to see if there's any pain responses. Good boy. You're looking at that spot, are you? Good boy. So with Charlie's condition as well, he does have some muscle atrophy around his gluteal muscles, as well as in his shoulders to a lesser extent, but mainly in his back end there where we saw in the video where he was swinging. You can also tell that his muscles all on his back end have atrophied quite a bit, but he's still sort of running around and getting going, so he has lost a little bit of muscle tone over the years due to that arthritis that's extensive. So I'm not going to get him to pull his back leg all the way back and do that like what I did with Rosie, because there is a lot of restriction there. So there's a lot of restriction when you move the leg to out to the back. Also, when you pick his legs up off the floor, he's quite hesitant to put the rest of the weight on his other legs to give you that leg like he used to. So with Charlie, I used to be able to pick his legs up to groom underneath them and everything, and now I have to sort of work away around where he's comfortable and clip around his toes and feet and everything when he gives me them. So yeah, so I think that's everything with Charlie. So because he does have that arthritis pain, we are going to keep his massage nice and relaxing and nice and gentle. And I'll just get him in a little bit of a comfy position. I'll see if he seems to want to move. So I'm just going to see if he needs to go and do anything before we settle down into our massage. And then, yeah, then we'll start our massage with Mr. Charlie Chops. Okay, hi, we're back with Charlie. And now we're going to be starting our massage portion of the assessment. I am going to be prioritizing Charlie's comfort over my comfort. Good boy. So I'm going to be trying to stay in position as much as I can, but his comfort is more important. So that's why he's not on a table. He's on the floor, so that if he does need to move, we can just pause it for a while and get him to where he's comfortable. So we're going to be starting, I'm going to start with some effleurage strokes, just to relax him, stimulate some blood flow, just do some nice long, light to medium pressure for Charlie. Just get him a little bit relaxed. So there's a little bit of banging next door, which sometimes can upset him. So if we need to stop, we'll stop. Good boy. Good boy. We don't listen to the banging, do we? Thank you. Good boy. Good boy. All right, buddy. Good boy. Good boy. Sit down. Okay. Yeah, nice and relaxing. Yeah, good. Good boy. Alright, we're going to move on to some kneading. Just going to change position. Good So the aim of our kneading is to soften the tight muscles. He has lost some muscle tone over the years, but there is definitely still muscle there. He definitely can pick himself up and does get into a bit of a trot at the park. So we definitely want to preserve as much muscle as we can. So a nice stimulating kneading massage on either side of his spine and on his gluteals as well. Nice and slow. He's going to stimulate that blood flow and do some effleurage calming strokes in between just to remind him to relax. Just always keeping an eye on any pain responses or anything that I think he's not comfortable with or move on from. But he's doing really well. We've got some lip licks going on, so hopefully that means he's settling in nicely to the massage. So that's why we'll keep doing some effleurage strokes in between to make sure that he's always at that comfortable level. We're going to move on to some compression as well, so some compression strokes along his larger muscle groups. Good. So from his brachiocephalus and trapezius down to his deltoids, just doing some compression where he's comfortable. And we'll do some effleurage in between just to relax. And we move down and we'll do the same along here, along his gluteals. Good boy, darling. He's listening out for Mum. That's what he thinks he's going, but we're going to stay here, aren't we? You're a good boy. You're a good boy. I'm going to try to reach the other side while we're in the same position, because if I can do this massage with him being on one side, I would prefer, so that he can have a more comfortable experience rather than having to move from side to side. But if we have to move him, we'll move him. Just try and do some compression on his other side while he's in a little half sphinx position. Good move that to a kneading motion. Seem to relax him in those muscles in his neck, so they can be tense sometimes due to the pressure on the other joints with the arthritis, so his neck can be a bit tense. Good boy, John. Is that good? Yeah, good boy. Good boy. We'll do a little bit of muscle squeezing. So when you find he's a fluffy boy. I'm just going to do gentle muscle squeezing. I'm not going to be doing too much pressure here. Allow some blood flow, lymphatic flow as well with the muscle squeezing, which can help in pain relief. I'll try to be a bit clever and do this side while we're in this position as well. You like that one? You like that one, don't you? Good boy. Move on to his gluteals with the same and do some muscle squeezing there. So his stride length was, good boy, his stride length is shorter as he walks and as he trots, more so when he walks. So, good boy, he's relaxing. So this muscle squeezing can also help with relieving those tight muscles, which could help with that muscle, with that gait length. Being an older doggy, we have realistic expectations about the gait length recovery. I think we just want him to be comfortable. Give his back end a little break. Might do some muscle picking up, because he was doing quite well with the muscle squeezing, so I might just do some picking up. Boy, we're not going to lift his limbs, so we're not going to lift them, but we're just going to do a little pick up. Just lifting and rolling the tissue. Helps with circulation and deep muscle relaxation as well around those stiff and sore joints with the arthritis. Okay, let's see if we can do the same with his little shoulder muscles in here. We're not going to be doing any cupping or hacking or any of those of those development strokes with Charlie today. Just using this one hand over here for those little shoulder muscles. Good boy. So nice is that? Good boy. Move along to some ringing, so I'm just going to move positions myself. Good boy. Just going to do some light ringing. So there, where we notice the slight sort of looking back around this area when I was initially doing a little bit of a palpation before. So we just want to be mindful of that and not putting pressure on the spine, but I'm just doing a light ringing, which can stimulate some blood flow. No, 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 Ellie, no. Don't worry about the girls. They're crazy, aren't they? They're crazy. We lay back down, darling. Good boy. Good boy. All right. Just the other dogs are being crazy. Good boy. All right, buddy. You're all right. Yeah. Gets a bit nervous if my sausage dogs start going off a little bit. So we'll try to just relax them back down. And here comes one to annoy him now. There you go. Leave him alone. Don't worry about the crazy kids. Don't worry about just going to let him move, and then I might bring him back on his other side where we can focus on that right gluteal that we haven't been have a chance to look at. So we'll come straight back. Okay, we're back on the other side, and we've relaxed back down. Just doing some effleurage strokes to get back into the relaxed mode. That's a boy. Alright, so we left off. Alright, so where we left off, we're just going to do a little bit of skin rolling, which I know is good for his coat as well. We're only going to do this really lightly on either side of his spine going down here. So there's a little bit of response there, so we might leave that for there. Might be done. So we are just listening to what he's comfortable with. So doing a little bit of kneading on this gluteal muscle here, so we didn't get a chance when he was facing the other side. Do a little bit of compression on this side as well. Just using Charlie as the gauge of the pressure that we're using. Too much, okay. picking up now, so I think the compression might be a little much there, so I might just do a little pick up and gauge, just picking up and rolling that muscle. Good boy. Yeah, good boy. You're a good boy. What a good boy. And we definitely don't want to wait until he's uncomfortable with that before we finish, so we're going to leave that stroke there. So I am just going to demonstrate a little bit of vibration on his deltoids and his glutes, as long as he's comfortable. Sorry, that's just Ellie behind me having a drink. So we're just going to see if we can do that on both sides. You're a good boy, aren't you? Just going to find his deltoid in here. Just going to do a little bit of vibration. He likes that one. I would say the pressure is light to medium. I'm not going to push in on those sore muscles. I'm just simply supporting them. Make sure everyone sees he's going to tolerate the same on this side. Move myself around that side. Oh, sorry, Good boy. Comfy. He preferred that over this side, didn't he? You're going to see his gluteal muscle back here. A little bit of vibration on those muscles. Good boy. Just gonna back up this side. I'm just going to move into some effleurage strokes. such a good boy, haven't you? Hey? A little bit closer. Yeah. And that's Charlie's massage. I think we found some strokes that are nice and comfortable for him to tolerate, to get some blood flow into his muscles around those arthritic joints and muscle and bones. So we'll definitely be continuing with Charlie's massage treatment. Thank you for watching. Thank you for grading. I appreciate it. Thanks. See ya. After massage, rolling around like a puppy.